Hello beautiful people, welcome to the channel. My name's Debbie and I talk about all things to do with narcissism, narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships. So today's video, how to deal with the narcissist over Christmas or the festive season, New Year, whatever you want to call it, whatever celebration you are having at this time. It is one of the most stressful times of the year. You may be in a relationship with a narcissist, a romantic relationship, a parent or family member could be a narcissist, or even a friend could be a narcissist. And it may be that you are going to be getting together with them over the festive season and you're thinking, how the heck am I going to deal with this person? Because they always upset me. They always stamp their feet, have a temper tantrum and cause chaos. And that is typically what a narcissistic type personality will do at this time of year. So, as I say, tensions are high. You have been buying gifts, you're getting the menu ready for the festivities that you're going to have, the alcohol, the gifts, everything that you need to do is stressing you out. And the last thing that you want is this narcissist in your ear stressing you out even more. Before I begin with some little tips that can help you get through this time, if you enjoy the channel, please click the like button. I'd really like to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. It's really great to have you along, and I hope that you enjoy the videos and share them with your friends and family. And obviously subscribe to the channel as well if you can. So, this time of year is a big holiday. We put a lot of invested interest into this time of year. Whether you are spending it with friends or family or even on your own, it can be difficult for many people. We are led to believe that we should have this perfect festive season and everything should go right. And when we look at movies, we think the same thing, except for Home Alone, for example. But whether you are staying at home, going away, whether you're on holiday, whether you're visiting family, friends, parents, wherever you're going to be, look out for that narcissist. And here is the biggest tip I can give you of dealing with the narcissist. Grey rock. Now, what is grey rock? Grey rock is when you basically ignore or say as little as possible to this person who is the narcissistic personality type. So if you think of a rock, a grey rock, what does it do? Nothing. It just sits there. It's grey. It has no meaning. It doesn't speak. It doesn't communicate in any way. It just is. And this is the message that I want you to take on board over this time. You just sit and watch and don't get involved. Be that grey rock. This can be difficult to do. It takes quite a bit of practice, but rather than getting upset over something somebody says, grey rock is the perfect way to go. So let's think about it. You have an aunt who you are going to see this Christmas, on Christmas Day for Christmas dinner. And you've known this aunt all your life, and she is incredibly narcissistic in personality type. Everything she does is better than whomever's house you're going to for Christmas dinner. So she's the person who will pipe up in the middle of dinner and say, well, my roast potatoes were better than this because I cooked them in goose fat. Or this scarf that you've made me is really lovely, but the one that I got from Jenny was even better. They will say these things to harm you, to hurt you, because they like to cause this chaos and because you are their supply. And they can get a huge amount of supply at this time of year by pointing out faults in other people, in family members, in children, in your decorations, in the way you prepared your meal. It may be that you serve sprouts with chestnuts as part of the meal. And your aunt will say, well, you know, I don't eat chestnuts, so you've ruined the sprouts for me. Personally, I don't eat sprouts, absolutely hate them. Or you may have forgotten the parsnips and to roast them in the oven, and your aunt says, oh, you didn't do the parsnips. You know how much I like the parsnips. You could be sat around on Christmas Eve, singing carols, telling stories, playing board games, whatever it is that you're doing, the narcissist will want to be the center of attention, always. They want you to worship them. They want you to think that they are better than you and everybody else around you. Let's say, for example, you play charades. Now, it's something that our family used to play, and it's a good laugh if you enjoy it. But if you've got a narcissist with you, the narcissist will always want to win. And if you don't win, if you are guessing what film or book or TV show they are or they're portraying, they will get upset. They will have a temper tantrum. So how do we deal with these upsetting behaviours and these upsetting incidents? By acting like a grey rock. When your aunt says to you, this scarf you made is lovely, but the one that Jenny made was even better. Okay. Walk away. There's no point in getting involved with, well, I spent X amount of hours making this scarf and I used this wool and I used this size of knitting needle, whatever it is. There is no point. They are just trying to get a rise out of you because it is their supply. They want you to be upset. They want you to feel pain. They want to hurt you. It is what they do. And remember, you will never win against a narcissist. They are always right and you will always be wrong. So if you have a romantic partner who is a narcissist and you're in this toxic, abusive relationship, they will expect you to do everything for them, such as wrapping their gifts, writing their Christmas cards, helping them go shopping for gifts. The narcissist doesn't like to do these menial tasks. They want everything to flow smoothly and it to just be in place. And they believe that their gifts that they've given to you are the best gifts ever. Now, I remember my narcissistic ex didn't like wrapping gifts. He wasn't very good at it. So I would offer to wrap them for him. I would remind him of people that he wanted to send Christmas cards to. And I could never cook well enough for him. One Christmas, he'd bought a duck and he wanted duck for Christmas Day. And I'd never cooked a duck before. We took it out of the packaging and it was off. And we had nothing else in to cook. So you can imagine the upset and temper tantrum that occurred. He eventually went off to his mother's to get a frozen chicken and we had it later on in the day. But these are the kind of things that will happen. They may look at you, your partner may look at you and say, oh, that dress is not nice. Why are you wearing that for? Ignore it. It's the dress you want to wear. Ignore them. Or say to them, well, this is the dress that I'm wearing, and walk away. Don't get involved in that argument that they want to poke at you. They want to push this argument on you because they want to ruin your day because they get supply from it. So, for example, you're going out for a Christmas meal with family, your partner doesn't like your dress and then doesn't like your makeup and thinks you should be a bit more festive and have a little bit more festive feeling around you. You, in the meantime, are terrified that this is all going to blow up. So, grey rock. Get into the car. Go with them. Try not to speak to them. If they say things like, oh, look at that house's decorations over there. We could have done better with our decorations and made our house look like that. Oh, yeah. Agree. Nod. That's it. No need to go into, yes, but I did all of this with the decorations and you only gave me a certain amount of money to buy decorations. I only had a certain amount of time. I can't climb up step ladders to nail these lights to the roof, to the guttering, whatever. Just go, yeah. Hold it in. You may find that you're at a Christmas dinner or a Boxing Day dinner or New Year's Eve and your romantic partner becomes drunk. They are completely intoxicated and they are starting their narcissistic poo with everybody. Again, this is an incredibly difficult situation as fisticuffs may occur. So something that you could say to them is, look, you've had quite a bit to drink. Maybe we should go home now. And you can either call a taxi or if you've not been drinking, you can drive. But taking them out of that situation, if you can, is a good idea. However, it may not be so simple. If your partner is incredibly abusive, and I mean physically abusive here, and you've got children and you're trying to have a good Christmas with your children, perhaps you don't have a lot of money. These economic times are not making our lives any easier. And they perhaps drink too much and become physically abusive. Call the police. Please call the police. Don't let the narcissist ruin your day. Grey rock. It is the best response you can have with that person. The narcissist is also going to start gaslighting, and your aunt's comment about the scarves was gaslighting because it was aimed at you and aimed to make you feel that you are not good enough, that you are not worthy, that you can't knit as well as your cousin Jill. They want to upset you, and your romantic partner will more than likely try to upset you before the event. So either before you leave for the event or before your guests are about to arrive. They will stir up so much anger within you that you want to lash out. It's not worth it. Walk away. Ignore what they're saying and walk away. And I know how hard it is because you want to retaliate. You want to tell them the truth. You want to get across your point, but they are not going to listen because remember, the narcissist is always right. You can never win against the narcissist. So try not to let one of these types of personalities to bring you down. You can say things such as, if you say so, or yes, no, both complete sentences, or maybe. There you go, as you're dishing up dinner. Pass the roast potatoes, please. Would you like some more? All of these are straightforward words and responses, whether they are questions or whether they are responses to a question. Try not to get involved in more than that. So, for example, going back to, there you go. You put the plate down in front of your partner. There you go, there's your dinner. And they, well, you haven't sliced the turkey right. Maybe next year. Maybe you could slice the turkey next year. Maybe don't say that last bit, but next year I'll remember that. It is easier to appease this narcissistic personality type than it is to try and make things right with them. They want you to take the bait. They want you to bite back. They want you to be upset because it's their supply and they will feel better. So if you can, keep a cool head. If you know that your partner's going to be drinking heavily, perhaps don't drink. Perhaps stay sober if you can. Maybe 1 or 2 glasses of Baileys or a glass of wine or Prosecco with your meal. But try not to aggravate them even further. There's no point in spoiling your day and the day for everybody else around you. So on that note, I wish you the best of festive season joy and harmony. I hope that you're able to use this grey rock technique, and I hope to see you in the new year. Blessed be.